Welcome back in, flag throwers. It is Wednesday, April 30th, and man, we got a lot to talk about. We have one of, if not the craziest slide in NFL draft history. We got draft recap and analysis. We got NBA playoffs. We got MLB talk. And if we got time at the end, we got some WWE talk to fill in as well.
Yep.
But first, this episode is brought to you by Huga House. Looking for top-of-the-line quality hats, beanies, long sleeves, and hoodies at a competitive price? Check out Huga House and use code FLAG15 for 15% off your purchase. That's FLAG15 for 15% off at checkout. Worn by people such as Aaron Rodgers, Shane Gillis, Shohei Ohtani, Josh Allen, and more. Shop Huga House today. And Unc, what's up, dude? We got a lot of stuff to get into.
Yeah, I'm excited about this episode, boy.
Yeah, dude, we've got a lot to get into. But first, if you like the content or if you're new, welcome. Please, if you could do us a massive, massive favor, we would be greatly appreciative of it. If you could just scroll down real quick, just hit that little thumbs up icon, just hit that little subscribe icon.
Yep.
It means the
Share it with
absolute
your
world
friends.
to us, and it is huge for helping us grow. And make sure to follow us on the socials that were listed in the intro, at Flag on the Take on Instagram and TikTok. And now Flag on the Take's also on Facebook too. So we got you covered on all your bases.
We got one more to get to 100. As soon as this goes up, we better be at 100 before this goes up. But
could be. We don't know. At time of
Go
recording,
ahead
we
and
are at 99 subscribers. We are at the Aaron Judge of subscribers, just a mere one away. If you are watching this video,
you be that one.
We are at
You be that one.
99 subscribers. Do you not want to be our 100th subscriber? If you are,
you can say
our
I was here
100th
since day one.
That's what I'm saying. If you are our 100th subscriber, drop a comment too. Be like, hey, I'm the 100th subscriber, and we will thank you because we are greatly appreciative of all the support and all the love and helping us grow. But for the other 99 subscribers, we got a little surprise for y'all. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we've had this logo since day one, and it's nice. It got the job done.
It's a little starter logo, though. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, and we got something cooked up. It is ready in the vault to be dropped. We just need one person to hit that subscribe button. So if it's not at 100 yet when you see this, please be our 100th. And if it is at 100, be 101, 102.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but once we hit 100, we will drop the new logo on all socials, including YouTube as well. So if you guys want to see a new logo, better get us to 100. But now that we got that out of the way, and thank you all for tuning in because we have a hell of an episode to get into, boy.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, our boy J. Lou, your boy Cole, we were out at a little sports bar watching a little NFL draft.
Shout out to Miller's
man.
Ale House. Oh, wait, I shouldn't have said that. 'Cause
sir.
They don't sponsor us, man.
Nah, we can shout it out because shout out
We
to
can
our
shout
waiter.
them out.
That
They're
dude-
nice. Yeah, they're good.
Shout the waiter out, dude. He was cool.
Yeah,
as hell.
shut up. So I forgot his name, but y'all, we went to Miller's Ale House. There's a cool black waiter there. He's a cool guy.
Oh, he was the coolest.
Found out as soon as he found out Cole was a Ravens fan, he was messing with it the whole night. Man, he was a cool guy. He was messing with us. Even like at the end, he came and brought us our check, and he put both of our things on Cole's check, and he gave me a check with 0 on it. It was hilarious. But shout out to him. Cool guy. It was a good experience overall. But yeah, let's
he
get
was
into
an
it.
absolute dog. But yeah, we were watching the draft live, and dude, I'm gonna be honest. We haven't normally watched the draft live together. We picked a hell of a draft to watch.
Oh yeah, we did
live
pretty
together.
good, especially for the first 6 picks.
Dude, this draft was insane. It was reaches galore, in my opinion.
Yeah, some of these people weren't even in the top 45 that we saw. Like some of the, as far as best college players available.
Dude, the amount of
Even on our
times in the
mocks.
first round, we said
What the hell going on?
was actually
Man,
insane.
what?
Because normally not to toot our own horn or anything, but I'd like to say between the two of
We
us,
know who's going where because we know the teams and what they need, basically.
we would like, at least for the first round. Second, third
Yeah.
round, it starts to get a little dicey. But the first
Iffy,
round,
'cause I don't know none of them.
We like
Yeah.
to know who's in the first round. And, dude, it was just a lot of...
What the hell going on?
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy because I got to pull up the draft back, the first round back up again. But I want to say Kenneth, what was his name? The Dolphins.
Kenneth
pick
Walker?
at 13. No, Kenneth
I think it
Grant,
was
the defensive tackle.
Kenneth Grant. Oh,
Michigan.
the tackle. Yeah.
Yeah, that blew me away because he was supposed to be a late one. Tyler Booker was also supposed to be a late one, the Cowboys pick. Did you hear about the Cowboys and who they initially wanted?
No.
Take a victory lap, Unc, because they wanted Tet McMillan, just like you said.
I knew it. You also
called it.
they talked about trading for George Pickens in the draft. That report came
I
out
heard
as well.
about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
So yeah,
Mykel
we knew that
Williams,
they needed a receiver.
Mykel Williams was a good pick where he got taken at 11. Colston Loveland at 10 shocked the world, but after the draft it came out that he was
That was the
actually
Bears,
the bell
right?
of the ball. Yeah. He was the bell of the ball. A lot of teams wanted Colston Loveland, which is why the Bears felt the need to take him where they did.
Over
So
Tyler Warren is still a little crazy to me.
yeah, I think it's because Colston's a better blocker. They want more of a George Kittle than a Travis
He's
Kelce.
a true tight end if you're going to go out
Yeah.
of the both of them. Instead of Warren being like a offensive weapon, I would call him.
The way I see it is that Colston Loveland is George Kittle and Tyler Warren was Travis Kelce. They just wanted
Speaking
more of
of
a George
which,
Kittle.
George got paid.
Hey, yes, sir.
Was it 4
This
years,
one's for
76 mil?
George.
4 years,
Yeah,
76
with-
mil? Yeah.
40 million fully guaranteed.
At 31
boy
years old,
George.
too. Wow.
And he was smart too. He got it all in a signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
All 40 of it. Well,
shout
let
out
me
to George
rephrase.
Kittle.
He got 35 of it in a signing bonus. And
Yeah.
he's only got 5 million guaranteed over the next 2 years.
Do you want to
Hey.
do a pick breakdown, or do you want to just go into the ones that we were like, whoa?
Yeah, we can do a pick breakdown real quick just because like some of these we can fly through. Like Cam Ward, obviously
Obviously.
sensational pick.
We do have to talk about number 2 because none of us saw this coming. Okay, so if everybody knew that it was either going to be Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter going to the Browns at 2, but what shocked everybody, including me and Cole, because our jaws were dropped to the floor, the Jaguars,
Absolutely.
the Jacksonville Jaguars trade up to number 2 to select Travis Hunter, and they gave up a king's ransom for it too.
Dude,
So-
did they ever?
They gave up another first, no?
Yeah, they gave up their first round pick next year. Did you hear their explanation for
That's
it?
rough. No.
So they were willing to give up their second first round pick because they feel that Travis is a first round player on both sides.
Okay, when you say it like that, it makes sense, but at the same time...
That's what he said in the presser. That's what he said in the
It
presser.
makes sense, like in theory, but that's a lot. That's a
It's
lot.
crazy.
Bro.
Like the Jaguars GM, like we were worried about the draft kind of being boring, dude. And at pick 2, he said,
Did somebody say boom?
I know.
I mean, he
But what's
really
cra-
just
okay.
dropped the bomb.
Hear me out. I know. I think that that's a good explanation, but he's not going to play the same way he did at Colorado as far
Not a
as playing both
chance.
sides. So I don't know if that was worth it in that sense. Now, if he changes the franchise the way you think he'll change the franchise, because I'm assuming they're going to put him at receiver
Yes.
and then just play some corner.
Yeah, you don't draft a guy at 2 to play corner.
Yeah. So
But I got one more piece of information about that trade that might blow you away. That trade was accepted on April 7th.
So they had already had this in the works.
Yeah, but they didn't announce it. They didn't tell anybody. Even Travis didn't know.
That's tough. I know he's
I don't
happy.
know how they-
He was happy about going back to Florida.
I don't know how they kept that under wraps for so long.
Yeah, that's a big bombshell to be kept under wraps. Shefty or nobody caught wind of that is wild to me. Unless he got
Yeah.
threatened at some point. Don't you tell anybody, Chef.
So moving on to the third round, Abdul Carter. Giants had a hell of a draft, dude. They got Carter, they got Jackson Dart, they got Scattaboo, they got a couple other menaces too, dude.
Scatterbo was a good pick at, was it the 4th round? Yeah.
Yes.
Good pick. Good pick for sure.
Insane pick.
Unk nose ball, Will Campbell going to the Patriots at pick 4. I already knew that was
Dude,
going to
Will
happen.
Campbell, I am in love with this guy. Pause. But he is just absolutely awesome. And he's so wholesome too, dude. Did you hear his interviews?
My family.
I will die for Drake, man.
I told Cole, I started cracking up because I did not expect Will Campbell to sound like that when he started talking. That boy sounded like Forrest Gump light. That was crazy.
We should have knew better because he's from Louisiana.
Yeah, I should have known he had that Cajun accent. That thing was strong, boy.
Trading Travis Hunter to get Mason Graham and a first-round pick next year. We'll see who wins that trade. But Mason Graham to the Browns.
The Browns had like a good draft, but a weird draft. Like,
Honestly, the only thing that makes them have a bad draft is they drafted 2 quarterbacks.
I think they should have just kept it at Shedeur and called it a day. If you were going to take
Yeah,
a
I
quarterback,
didn't even think Dylan Gabriel was getting drafted, let alone a third-round pick.
I thought he was going to be a 6th rounder. Where we got Will Howard, I thought it was going to be Dylan Gabriel, and I thought Will Howard was going to be 5th or 4th.
Quinn Ewers was a 7. I'd rather have Quinn Ewers than Dylan Gabriel.
I'd rather have Quinn than I'm not going to lie. On a talent perspective, I'd rather have Quinn than both Will and freaking Dylan Gabriel.
Oh yeah,
but,
he has the
but-
higher ceiling.
Yeah, so I don't understand, but we'll get in We'll get into all that. But let's move on to pick 5. Oh, no, we just did pick 5. Pick 6. We already knew what the Raiders were going to do. Ashton Genty. They need a running back. I don't know who their running back is going to be. Zamir White. I'm not saying Zamir White's
I don't
bad,
agree with the
he's not
pick, but
he's
I
not a
was
one.
right.
I can understand why you don't agree with the pick because they have other stuff to. It's a
They should've
rough
took
one
Membu,
because it's still best player available.
for sure.
But
But it's gonna be like Saquon Barkley on the Giants all over again.
yeah. And then
But speaking of Membu,
he went to the Jets at 7.
pick 7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we had him going. I think we had Tyler Warren.
No,
there,
we didn't
but
have him going there. I don't
I
think
do
we
love
had
the
Membu
pick for
going
them.
to the teens, maybe.
I think we had him going to the Bears.
Yeah, maybe at 10 then.
Ted McMillan at 8.
This was
first
the
shot
one
for the
that
draft.
shocked Cole, shocked me a little bit too, because I didn't think he. Because again, I didn't see anything about the Panthers. I saw Cowboys. That's all I saw for receiver. But Tet goes to the Panthers. I think it's a good pickup. They don't have much receiver help. Adam Thielen is 40. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. Oh, Deontay's gone. He's on the Browns now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Which he's still a good route runner, so if he can get his confidence back, he's still going to be a decent receiver for them. But as far as, again, back to the Panthers, we don't know what Legette's going to be yet. He's shown flashes, but he hasn't put it all together. So I don't know if we can say that he's definitively a 1A yet. So we'll see. Tet, we feel like it's going to be a 1A just based off of his talent. And they're going to he's the 8th overall pick. They're going to force him the ball just to make sure it was worth it. So we'll see what we get out of him. Kelvin Banks Jr. What did you?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
They needed it real bad.
Yeah. I thought for sure Shedeur was going to go here. But Shedeur didn't really go to a lot of places I thought he was going to go. We can get into that separately after because that was crazy.
I figured we were going to do that after this.
Yeah, we can get into that separately. Like you said, Colson Lovin at 10. I think Bears. I think even if they went Hampton here, I don't think anybody would have blinked an eye because they needed a running back too. But I'm glad that they got Colston Loveland. Michael Williams, like you said, that's a good pick.
That's a great
Tyler Booker.
That was one of the first shocks of the night too.
You know the Cowboys like to reach on these linemen. Not saying that he's a bad player by any
and they
means.
normally pan out, which is the crazy part.
Yeah, they did. What's the other Tyler that they just got? That they
Tyler
drafted
Smith.
Yeah, so
The dude from Tulsa. And Mel Kiper about had a stroke.
Yeah. Did you see Tyler Booker's interview went viral when he was talking about, I like to watch the fun drain out of their eyes when he's picking. Yo, did you, bro? That was weird, bro. But
Jerry saw it. He said, I need it.
I need it. Micah, did you see when they first picked him and Micah just had nothing to say? He was just kind of
Micah was stunned.
And then he was like, wait. He had to like explain himself. I don't know who he wanted either.
Tyler Warren, maybe?
Yeah, he probably was thinking offense. I think he was thinking receiver. I definitely think he was going offensive in his head, personally.
Like a Buka
or Hampton
Golden or something.
Yeah.
This was the first true reach of the night tonight.
Kenneth Grant, I thought probably would have been there at like 25.
We had him going to the Lions, I think.
Yeah, I think he would have been there in the late 20s to mid 20s. But I guess again, we know how it is. Doesn't matter what the media thinks. Again, yeah, what the media thinks doesn't matter. It's what the teams think about the person. So they wanted their guy. They got their guy. That's all we can say about that. Colts got Tyler Warren. At this point, we don't know who's going to throw him the ball, but we'll see. Yeah, so we'll follow that. Jalen Walker was a good pick for just being along now. Jalen Walker was a good pick for the Falcons. Walter Nolan, good pick for the Cardinals. Had a good draft, by the way.
Yes,
a good draft. They ended up getting Will Johnson too. Great Johnson.
Yeah,
they had a great draft.
2 first-round picks.
Shamar Stewart.
We celebrated this pick.
When I tell you, me and Cole were praying that they picked Shamar Stewart here, bro. Cole was like, I used to pray for Tom's. Like, yo, it was hilarious. Our waiter walked by while we were celebrating and just started geeking. It was the funniest thing ever, bro. We were so happy. Because for those who don't know,
brother, this guy stinks.
He's one of those ones. Cole will tell you he's super athletic, probably the most athletic defender at the combine. But he's only had
Absolute
4.5
freak.
career sacks in 4 years. 4.5 sacks in the past 2 years. 1.5.
What?
The guy can't finish plays, and I guess the Bengals are banking on him finally turning into a double-digit sack guy. The only other guy who's done that I can think of off my memory is Daniil Hunter. He didn't have much
What?
production from sacks in college.
Adafe
And then,
Owe,
and then,
too.
yeah, and then turns it, yeah, Odafe too, but turning into a double-digit sack guy in the league. Premier, I mean, only one I can think of is Daniil Hunter. I'm sure there's more, but you're gonna have to point me
Yeah.
to him. Greg Zabel, guard out of North Dakota
I'm cool with
State.
this.
Yeah, this was a good pick. He was a good player. This next one surprised me. Emeka Ibuka going to the Bucks. I
I
think
love it.
the Bucks are the only people that are unhappy with this pick because I would assume they feel like they don't need receivers. But I feel
But, I
like
mean, Mike
Evans
Evans
is going out the
getting old.
door. Yeah,
And
Chris Godwin, you
Godwin,
cannot count on him.
yeah. And Ibuka
So,
fits what the Bucks are trying to build
and he
there.
was best player available. So
Yeah,
I think it was good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was great. Jade Barron, this is a freaking steal.
I
For
think
the
this would have been the
Broncos.
Steelers' pick if he made it.
I I'm kind of there with you. I think we were gonna go either corner or D tackle the whole time.
I think the Steelers
Um,
didn't trade up because they didn't think the Broncos were going to take him.
Well, actually, I don't know only because even in like the presser, um, Omar said the lines were going. Him and Mike said the lines were going, but they said they were not trading because they wanted Harmon. So I'm assuming they were going to take Harmon the whole time because they said they were not like people were calling them to trade down and they refused to drop down. So I'm going to assume that they meant to take Derek Harmon. But going into it, the Steelers took Derek Harmon. Now I wanted a quarterback. If any of you saw our TikTok or our YouTube short, I was highly disappointed, but I slept on it. First off, rest in peace to
Yes.
rest in peace to Derek Harmon's mom.
Yes,
For those
of
of you who
course.
don't know, she was battling some stuff, man, and basically she was on life support going into draft night. As he said, it was bittersweet for him because he got drafted, but then he had to go, tell his mom, and then I'm assuming they took her off the ventilator because she passed that night.
I'm just happy that she lived to see it.
Absolutely. So Steeler Nation, hope we, support him. Mike Tomlin said he's doing pretty well right now despite the circumstances. So just surround him. Praying it just, helps him, well, again, this is his mom. Don't know what that pain's like. I pray I never know what that pain's like for a long time. But once again, I just pray he has a healthy career. But with that aside, he's a really good player. Top 4, top 3 D tackle in the class. So I'm happy that we got him where we got him. He's more so, he reminds me of like a Stephon Tuitt. He's just a big man with fundamentals who has a quick get off. So I think he's going to do well for the Steelers. He's a good run
Him
stuffer.
and Keanu together are going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I don't know who's going to play nose more because he's bigger than Keanu. We'll see.
Probably him.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to move him around a little bit more because I think he offers you a little bit more versatility than Keanu. Keanu's not as explosive or fundamentally sound as Derek, in my opinion. Keanu's a good run stuffer and he can rush the passer a little bit, but I think Derek ceiling overall is a lot higher. I think he can get into that Stephon Tuitt range, hopefully better because Tuitt was a dog before he retired after his brother passed away. R.I.P. But yeah, good pick. I'll let you take on a couple more picks if you want. You can get into them. I know I've been.
I just want the
going through
next
the
two,
teams.
and then I just want the next two and Jackson Dart. But
Cool.
on the next pick, the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh got his running back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, bro, this guy in Jim Harbaugh's system is unfair. I almost dropped the F-bomb. That's how crazy this is. Okay,
Amari Hampton's a
Like,
dog, bro.
dude,
He's a dog.
I cannot stress enough how much of a dog he
I
is.
I
There
don't
is a
think that
picture
the drop off
circulating
between
right
him
now.
and Genty is substantial.
It's not. It's just North Carolina sucked last year. So you
Also,
didn't get
I
much
don't know if
time.
that picture's because think about it. Omarion's listed as 6 foot, so I don't know about that pick unless it was just the shoes that he had on. I think he had on some platforms.
He definitely had some platform.
Yeah,
but the
because
arms
if
are
Harbaugh is
real,
really
brother.
6'3", because Harbaugh didn't even look 6'3". If he's actually 6'3",
got some
then
platform.
they messed up. Yeah, because Omarion's listed at 6 foot, so I don't know.
Dude, Amarion Hampton was doing the Hulk Hogan impression. He said, 22s, 24s, you can get them anytime you want,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah,
Like-
you have a comp for him because like he's big, he's physical. he doesn't have any like bang bang to his game. Like he's not gonna make you miss and
He'll
like
go through you.
yeah. But he's
Jonathan
fast. He's
Taylor, I
fast enough
would
to take
say,
it the
is
distance.
his
Oh,
best
that's a
comp.
good comp. He's a little bit
Jonathan
more.
Taylor.
He's bigger and more physical than Jonathan Taylor, but I get the comp for sure.
Yeah, he's got that breakaway speed.
He's still
too,
got
or
breakaway
whatever,
speed. Yeah,
or whatever Gus Johnson said.
yeah, that's a good one.
You know
He's
what I'm
got getting
referencing.
away from the cop speed. Gus Johnson can say that though. I like Gus. That's my favorite.
That's why I deferred to But anyways, moving on. I just want to say like this next pick gave me chills, not because of like the pick itself, but just like the moment, dude. Like in the moment gave me chills. Matthew Golden on
Yeah.
site in
Fans
Green
went
Bay.
crazy. Yeah,
Dude, because they haven't drafted a wide receiver in my lifetime in the first round.
I don't remember the last time they did.
2002, the year I was born.
I was a year old.
That's what I'm saying. And so for them, the fans have been calling for it for years to finally draft a receiver, to get the pick they finally wanted in Green Bay with him on site, wearing the golden suit with the last name Golden, dude, with the Go Pack Go as he's getting ready to walk out, dude, gave me chills.
Mhm.
That was such an epic moment. If he's
Yeah.
good, if he's like an all-pro, that is going to be the best start to every edit involving Matthew
Yeah.
Golden.
Only thing with Matthew, hear me out. He's very, very similar to some of the receivers they have on the roster as far as good route
Definitely.
runners, can get in and out of their breaks. He's
Well,
had
the
some concentration
49.
drops. Yeah, but overall he's a really good receiver. Me personally, I don't know who else they could have gone here because Tet was already gone.
And so was
So-
Ibuka.
And so was Ibuka, so I understand the pick. He was the next best thing. But just for me, I feel like he's very similar to what they already have. Now, does he make them better? I think he does make the receiving room better.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think there's enough. It's not diversified enough, if that makes any sense.
It does.
We'll see.
It does.
We'll see how they all coincide together. Because if he can be what his ceiling is, he's going to be pretty good. I just don't know if I see like 1,300, 1,400 yards year in and year out just because of who else they have on the roster. Like I don't know how
I
much.
mean,
he's
Matt
gonna...
LaFleur can scheme it up, so he's in
Yeah.
a good spot.
So we'll see. We'll see. Then we got Donovan Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, that pick was just. I mean, the Vikings were happy about it, so.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really
yeah.
know what else to
I
say
think this was
about
one
it.
of those. They got their guy picks, and that was really it.
Yeah, they fell in love with him and they needed
Yeah.
him.
Now this one here. Go ahead. I know you want to handle this one.
I want to handle the next three if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah, do
'cause
your thing.
I got
Do your
some.
thing.
I got
Do
some
your thing.
opinions about these next three.
Do
boy.
your thing.
Let me
Do
tell
your
you.
thing.
All right, the New York Giants. Welcome to
Being the
competent
Giants.
football, brother. Joe Shane, congratulations. You know how to make a good move. Holy shit. He knows how to do something productive. Isn't that crazy? I will say, though.
I'll let you go ahead first. Yeah.
Okay.
Since you're going to
I was going to say, I do think Jackson Dart is low-key behind. I think Jackson Dart's in trouble if Brian Daboll gets fired. I don't know if you heard about this.
No. Is it?
So-
Well, we kind of knew that Daboll's on the hot seat anyway. Is it just that, or is it something else?
It's something else. So
Oh no, I didn't hear about this thing. What's going on?
Apparently, Joe Shane and the owner wanted Shedeur, but Daboll was adamant that he wanted Jackson Dart. So if Daboll gets fired and Joe Shane somehow survives, like I don't love that unless he becomes a star. But Daboll got his guy, and Daboll can coach quarterbacks. Josh Allen. So I'm willing to let it rock. I love Jackson. I think he was the second best quarterback in this draft. So Jackson Dart, New York Giants. I just hope that they treat him right.
As far as my only problem is, again, I'm not the biggest Jackson Dart fan. I don't think he's trash. My only problem is we know how friendly that Ole Miss RPO system is with quarterbacks. It made Matt Corral look good,
Right.
and that man didn't even play a snap for the Panthers after he got drafted.
Which is
So I'm not
crazy.
saying that it's going to be Jackson Dart. I think he's got a good head on his shoulder. Seems like a good kid. He's a competitor. It seems like he can lead a group of people. They want to play behind him because he just has that factor. So we'll see. He just wasn't asked to do a lot. We just have to see what he does at the next level. So that's really it. I think
Did you
it
see
was
the video?
Which one?
of Gruden interviewing him like the day before the draft or
Yeah,
whatever?
bro, he tried to make Jackson seem like a dummy, bro. It was
He
so-
said, "All right, I want to hear your snap count." And Jackson
he
said,
was just like,
and he was like,
hey.
"No, I want to hear your snap count."
And he was like, ready, set, and he was like, that's it. Yo.
And he was like, "All right, now give me your hard count. Make me jump off sides." And Jackson said,
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I can't fault him for the system that he was in. And again, he put up some decent numbers in the system, not like world beater numbers, but decent numbers. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they tailor the offense to his needs, because a lot of again, back in the day, we know that they used to just draft a quarterback and you're running my system. But nowadays, they're
Yeah.
more predicated on running to the quarterback strength. So I'm hoping that they do that for Jackson, and they should be fine.
and Jackson's such a great human too, so I really hope they take good care of him. But
Yeah.
moving on, now this one was also a surprise. Low-key pissed me off because I was somebody that I wanted the Ravens to get if they didn't get the guy that we got. Like, I wanted them to go one of two directions. So when this guy went, it made me nervous that I wasn't going to get either of the two that I wanted. But James Pierce Jr., the Falcons give up their first-round pick next year to get him.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the Rams for acquiring an extra first-round pick. I don't know if an edge rusher is worth giving up an extra first to get.
Well, technically, arguably, he was the most talented rusher in the class. It's just a question of his effort, from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen what happened with talent.
I'm not giving up an extra first to get back in. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, trading up to, like, giving up a first-round pick to get Will Anderson is a different trading a first-round pick to get James.
I think they
Pierce Jr.
should have just taken a shot. I think you guys might have drafted him, but if the Falcons didn't take him, I think he had a chance of falling out.
He definitely could have.
Yeah.
I definitely had Starks ahead of Pierce, but if we didn't go Starks, I wanted James Pierce because we need edge rusher, and I was worried they were going to screw the pick up and not take him. So, like you said, James Pierce Jr., I know that he has the effort concerns, but like his talent-wise, and I know Harbaugh could get him to try. So that's why I was okay with us taking him. But who we got in the second round, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad that we didn't take James Pierce
Whatever,
Jr.,
bro.
man.
Whatever.
Yes,
We'll get into
sir.
it when we do our evaluations, our quick
Yes,
evaluations.
sir.
But go ahead and get to 27. I know you want to.
With the 27th pick.
Oh my gosh.
Of
I was
the
pissed off.
NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Ed Reed 2.0, baby. Malachi Starks, safety out of Georgia. And as long as we don't let him drive, I don't see any problem happening.
You got the athletic freak in Kyle Hamilton who's gonna set the tone. He's gonna knock people's heads off. He's gonna be down at
Blitz
the box
like crazy.
Yeah, bro. Then you got the freaking ball hawk on the other end. So I'm assuming that you guys had Malachi over Eman Warrior because they're two different type of safeties.
Definitely,
I feel like
definitely.
Eman Warrior is more the Kyle Hamilton type where he's just a freak, and he's gonna probably be more so in the box because I don't think he's as instinctual as Kyle Hamilton is, because Kyle Hamilton can play anywhere even though his size.
Yeah.
But I feel like Malachi gives you more versatility, and it'll allow you, kind of like how we did with Minka after we got Deshaun Elliott, like it'll allow you to move him around a little bit more like he's supposed to.
Well, the Ravens, they love to run single high safety, so having a ball hawk. Like
Yeah, so just let
Starks-
Malachi do this, and then Kyle can do his
because
thing.
we love running single high because we love bringing Hamilton down. So we needed a ball hawk last year, and our Darius Washington filled in fine.
Yeah.
But this guy could be an all pro. But yeah. So the Ravens, our Darius Washington, like I said, he filled in admirably last year. But Malachi Starks, dude, he could have 8 interceptions, and don't forget, he's not afraid to take your head off. All right, he has no problem tackling in the run game. So Malachi Starks, welcome to Baltimore. You will be well loved. Just please, for the love of God, do not drive like everyone else that goes to Georgia.
Jeez. Oh, everybody else that's in Maryland. Don't drive like Marylanders, dog. Yeah. Forget Georgia.
But yeah,
Tyreek
I'm
Williams.
extremely pumped about this pick.
I bet you are. I don't know too much about Tyreek Williams.
Tyreek Williams was just another one of those.
The hell going on?
But it is the Lions, and they have enough equity in their draft picks to where, like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because we said that about the what's his face draft, the linebacker and Jameer Gibbs, Jack something.
Jack
I think
Campbell.
it's Jack
I think his name
Campbell,
was.
yeah.
It is Jack
Yeah,
Campbell.
when they drafted Jameer Gibbs and Jack Campbell, we said the hell going on, and that turned out to be 2 studs. So
I
I'll
was
give
a
them the
fan of
benefit
Jameer
the doubt.
though. I just thought that was a little bit high. I thought
No,
they
that's what
could have
I'm
gotten
saying.
him like, yeah, fair enough. Josh Connerly Jr. I think this was I want to say it was a good pick, but it was also a weird pick because it's like I guess they're already prepared for if oh my gosh, what's his
Wiley.
name? Yeah. No, that's not what I'm thinking. Because
Tunsil?
Connerly's yeah, Tunzel. There we go. If he goes down or if he something happens with him, it's because he's also older. I don't know if they're gonna. Did they extend him already or no?
I would assume they have, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything.
I don't know because he just signed that extension with the Texans. I think it's only a year removed, so maybe they still just have him on the same deal.
Yeah, but they gave up a lot to get him.
Fair enough. Maxwell Harrison, that's a decent pick for Buffalo. He's a very, very athletic corner. Just the
I
thing
love
with
it
him
for him.
is he's more so. He's just got to get his weight up a little bit. He has like he gets burnt, but he has like the makeup speed because he runs 4.2. We'll see how that goes in the league because you can get away with it in college. But yeah, no, it's a decent pickup with them. We know they need corner or receiver, or whatever.
And he's a high character guy too.
Exactly. And the next pick, the Eagles just being the Eagles, they go ahead and
How
get
did we let
Jahad
this
Campbell.
happen?
I don't know how they always come to the first, like it's either top of the second or bottom of the first. They always get like the one guy to slip through the cracks. Like you got Jalen Carter, you got Nolan Smith, now you got Jahad Campbell, Cooper DeJean. Like, bro, Quinyon Mitchell. Like this is crazy.
I don't count Quinyon as a slip because they were like in the middle of the first round.
True.
Cooper
but
they got in the second.
Some things also had Quinyon going higher, so I don't know. I guess
I guess that's fair.
maybe not Quinyon, but definitely the other three that we named.
Definitely.
And Josh Simmons, this was just a need.
Not fair.
We saw what happened to KC in the Super Bowl, so that's
Not fair at all.
That really wraps up the draft. I guess we can go into quick draft recaps of the teams, and then, or we can go Shedeur and then quick draft recaps, or other way around.
Yeah, we can do Shedeur first while I pull up the Ravens draft class.
Okay, all right. I can start it off then while you're doing that.
Yeah, go for it.
So for anybody who's under a rock, because I think everybody heard of this, it blew up literally everywhere. Like even like the news, like this is crazy. Even our president said something about it. So if you don't know about this, yeah, you're definitely living under a rock. Quarterback, polarizing QB prospect, Shedeur Sanders had probably the biggest draft fall I think I've ever seen a first round graded quarterback have. Like most of the quarterbacks who are projected like top 10, top 5, still get taken in the first round. It's just in the 20s. Like Aaron Rodgers was projected number 1. He still got taken at 24 to Green Bay. Johnny Manziel projected top 10, still got taken at 20 something by Browns. So I think this is the greatest QB draft slide I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe in the history of the league.
Because like not towards the end of the process, not everyone had a first round grade on him, but still a second round.
Which I understand.
Minimum.
Yeah. I think
But,
it should have been top of the second minimum.
Peter Schrager made a good point, or at least I think it was Schrags, said about how since he fell out of the first, teams were like, okay, if we draft a quarterback now, it's more likely to be a backup quarterback. And most teams don't like backup quarterbacks that have big personalities, like Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, like guys like that. So that's why Shedeur fell so far. But if he would have went in the first, teams would have been like, oh, hell yeah, great pick.
I don't want to be that guy, but you know where I'm going with it. I think it was a collusion thing because, again, big personality. Like you said, people don't like that. I have no problem with it. I also think it's, and I think you can back me up on this, it's the culture. People have different culture. And African American culture is definitely way different than what some people are used to. Because, and I don't mean to bring race into this, but it's a legitimate conversation to have because it is what it is. When you look at the African American side of it, nobody has a problem with it except for Jason Whitlock. But who in the hell likes Jason Whitlock? Nobody. But I'm not saying it's entirely race because again, there's a lot of quarterbacks that got taken.
It definitely
earlier
can't
than
be because
it's not.
There was also a brother that
I don't
went
think it
number
is.
one overall.
I think it's his personality.
I think it is too.
Now, I think part of his personality has some race stuff into it, just because that's who he is, and I can understand that
he
roast people.
sandbagged some interviews.
I did too, but I also.
And teams also didn't like that he didn't throw at any like combine or like anything like that
But
because
quarterbacks do that all the time.
But
like,
that's what if you know for a fact you're a top 10 guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if Cam Ward didn't do it,
But he
everyone
was
would be like,
projected
okay.
top 10 is what I'm saying. Like he was projected top 10. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't see any problem with it. I think it's only because of his personality and people don't like that he has personality. Again, can he
We'll
be a
see.
little eccentric sometimes? Yes. His father too? Yes. But me personally, I like that type of swagger. I don't mind that. I think also it's my culture and what I grew up with. I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I think it makes you different from everybody else, and I'm all for people being different. But I can understand that that rubs some people the wrong way. I thought he was going to drop. Yes, I didn't think he was going to drop the way he dropped.
Yeah.
Because, bro, there's no way he should have dropped to the 6th round. Like, let's be real. That's crazy.
There, a lot of the guys that went before him should not have went before him.
The only ones that I'd argue, Cam Ward, and that's really it. Jackson Dart, only if that's your preference. I think they could have been 1A, 1B as far as like
I definitely
quarterback
think
after
Jackson
Cam
Dart should have
Ward,
went before him.
which I absolutely understand. Which I'm not mad at if people think Jackson Dart. Me personally, I think Shedeur was the second best, so I thought he should have went after Cam Ward. But I also won't argue if some people think Jackson Dart because he rose up draft boards, people like him. I could understand that if you decided to draft him over. But there's no way Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe. I'm missing. Who
Milroe
am I
I can
missing?
see.
Tyler Shuck.
That one's wild. That one
Milroe.
is wild.
Milroe, you're just banking on talent, dog. He was
Milroe,
not better
you're-
than Shedeur.
Milroe,
He's
you're
not better
going
than
for the
Shedeur at this
highest
current
ceiling.
time. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
you're going
He's
for
not
the
better than
highest
Shedeur.
ceiling.
Yeah. So Milroe,
Tyler Shuck and Dylan Gabriel were wild.
insane,
That was
insane.
wild.
I could not believe my bro when I saw the Saints. Like as fast as they put in their draft cards, I said, "Oh, this is it right here."
Yeah,
Tyler Shuck. I said, "Oh, no way." Yo, did you see Saints, the NOLA fan base on social media?
No,
Bro, when
they
I
were
tell
heated.
they were so funny. Yo, there was this like Discord room that went viral. It's just a bunch of hood guys from NOLA. And the guy was like, he's 26 years old. He was like, what the he gonna do for me? Bro. He said, what did I do to deserve this in my life? Yo, when I tell you they are the funniest fan base, bro.
Bro, they got Brandon
There was
Whedon
like
2.0.
Who is their owner? Do you know who their owner's name?
Gail Benson.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, I hope that you." This is not funny. I hope that you don't have that many days left. That's me putting it in like, yeah, that's me putting it in like, nice terms. But yo, the whole Twitter it had me rolling. I kid you not. I scrolled on Saints Twitter for like a good hour, just crying. They're so funny, bro. They were like, "What did we do to deserve this life?" Oh my gosh, yo.
But
yeah.
So, I mean, Shedeur, like, I think the way I see it now is that, like, now that it's behind him, whether he was the first overall pick or a 5th round pick or undrafted, he's in the building. So now, like, all the hype, all the talk, all the draft, whatever, like, now's the time to put up or shut up. He's either going to put in the work and he's going to win the job, or he's going to get cut.
You know what's crazy? He may actually be the best quarterback on the roster because Cleveland.
And now he needs to go in and prove it because he can't go in there
Very true.
With the cocky attitude of like, oh, I'm really good. Because like, yeah, you are good, but like you're a 5th round pick, dude. Like you gotta bust your ass. If you go in there thinking that everything's gonna be like handed to you because you're naturally good, like you got to go in there and work and prove it.
And let's be real, they didn't want him anyway. We all saw that draft
No,
room
they
video after
definitely
they
did not.
drafted him.
Jimmy
That was the
Haslam
owner.
made that pick.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that was the owner. That was all
Jimmy
the owner.
Haslam
They
made
were
that
not
pick.
happy. I think,
No.
and I saw this somewhere else even after I thought it, that the Dylan Gabriel selection was okay. We got our quarterback, man. Let's chill.
Yep. Agreed.
And then I think Haslam came back and was like, "Nah, f that." Especially after, because I know you probably heard about it too. The Eagles were going to take Shedeur.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Which I wouldn't put it past them because I think they would
I
do
wouldn't
stuff
put it
like
past
that all
them
the
either.
time. Whether it's to trade him later for value, or just if Jalen Hurts goes down, which is why they're as good as they are because they always do mess like this. Yeah, they're nice. They're always going to stay nice because as long as Harry Roseman's there, I think they'll always be competitive. But that's besides the point. Yeah. Any last thoughts before we go into our draft recaps for our teams?
No, I think I hit mine pretty good. I don't really have much recap for the Ravens because I already said my piece about Malachi Starks. I just want to get into
We'll just
Mike
go
Green,
into the
dude.
picks and just like say what you think, and then we can just move on. And then I'll
We
do
got
mine. And
Mike
then we move
Green, 59th overall, edge rusher out of Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
That's our second first round pick, baby. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Mike Green, dude, should have been a first round pick. Had some stuff come out a few years ago that's still holding him down. But hey,
Yeah.
it paid off in our favor, dude, because Mike Green is going to ball. And he is.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to take him in the first round. That's how good this guy was. The
Yeah,
fact
he's
we
a
got him in the
first-round
second, crazy. Emory Jones Jr., offensive lineman. I think he played tackle in college, maybe, but I know we're going to put him at guard. So, excited to see how that goes. Love that we're investing. This Teddy Buchanan guy, I had no idea who he was, but I mean, he's a good linebacker, I guess, from California, UCal. So I know we lost a couple linebackers in free agency, so I can.
And we took one of them, Malik Harrison, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I don't even know who that
but
guy
I know
is.
this guy has a lot of reps, so I don't hate it. Carson Vincent, offensive tackle from Alabama A&M. I honestly have no idea who this guy is, but I trust them, and he's a tackle. So it says he's a 4-year starter, so I'm good with the depth because we always get injured on the line. Bill Hall Cone, corner from Western Michigan. Again, I don't know who he is. I'm surprised we waited this long to take a corner, but apparently we stole him because he was early 100s rated prospect, and we got him at 178. So Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, Chidobe Awuzie with this Cone guy too. I mean, should be okay. I mean, we got TJ Tampa from last year we took in the 4th round, so we'll see how that goes. We drafted a kicker, not getting into it. I said what I said.
You already know how it is.
We got LeJonte Wester, 203 pick, wide receiver from Colorado. I saw this guy play at Colorado a little bit. I'm intrigued to see what we can do with him. He's very little. I don't want to call him little, but undersized, I guess.
LaDonte Webster was pretty nice though at Colorado when he actually
what I'm
got his time
saying.
to shine. Yeah,
I'm willing to give him a shot because he was nice there, but he is small for the NFL. We got Eanis Peebles from defensive line, Virginia Tech, pick 210. Again, I don't know who he is, but Mel Kiper was hype about it, so I'll take it. Apparently, it was a steal. We got Robert Longerbeam, corner from Rutgers, pick 212. Apparently, he has good ball skills, and he's a slot corner, so I'll take it. He's only 5'11", 174, though. Don't love that, but... And then Garrett Dellinger, guard from LSU, pick 243. I was actually kind of excited about this because I knew who he was. I know he has a lot of starts for LSU on that O-line. So, this stat says that he only got flagged twice in college. Twice in 1,937 snaps. So,
that's a good stat for a
7th
7th round
round
pick. Yeah, I was about to say
I'll
that's a
take
good
that,
stat for a
baby.
7th round pick.
Give me an A for this draft class. Not only do we got depth, we got stars at the top. EDC cooked.
Yeah, I really like y'all's draft. I think I would go with an A as well. Going into the Steelers draft, this was a good draft. This was definitely a value draft. This wasn't. We played it pretty safe, but safe to a degree where we actually got some decent players out of this. I'll go into it again briefly. Derek Harmon, because we already talked about him earlier. Very, very good scheme fit schematically with what we do. He's a good talent. Only thing with him, the only reason he didn't go higher, which is why I think he honestly could have been top 15 pick if he didn't have the whole shoulder thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Apparently he's fine. But he did get flagged by a couple teams, so we'll see how that goes. But very, very, very good pick at 21. I wanted a quarterback, but I'm not mad about it because, Cam Hayward's getting older. We're not sure. Benton's a good player, but Benton's not like, Pro Bowl level yet.
He's a starter, not a star.
He's a starter, so he's a good player, though. But we'll see. Where Derek Harmon, his ceiling's a lot higher than Benton's. I think he'll be a good player. Caleb Johnson, I think, was a steal.
I was so mad.
He, honestly, I put him in the, as far as, like, where running backs were taken, like the Quinshawn, Travion Henderson category. Like, he
should have been a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, he's that tier right below Genty and Omarion.
Yeah, I agree.
My
He
comp
was a
for him
steal. I was
is
so pissed.
Arian Foster. He's
Going into the bag for that
he's
one.
a zone runner, taller zone runner. That he's not the speediest. He ran 4.5, but he has breakaway speed, if that makes sense. Like if
I'm surprised he's not faster.
yeah, his game speed is take it to the house speed.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I was surprised he wasn't faster.
yeah, so game speed. I'm not looking at the 40 time because if you look at the tape, he can burn. He's had 70 plus yard touchdowns at Iowa.
That's why when you said 4.5, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, he ran
I
like
thought he was
4.5.
faster than that.
Yeah, like he again, game speed, we know how people are. Game speed's a lot faster than 40 time. 40 time doesn't matter that much. Caleb Johnson comps or Arian Foster. He's very much a zone runner, more so than Najee was. I don't get the Najee comp because they play entirely different.
Yeah.
Caleb's a very patient back. He's not like give you a move and pitch you down, but he's a good zone runner with good feet. He got good vision. He's a one cut runner, and he can take it the distance if he needs to. So he's going to be a good bell cow in front of Jalen and Gainwell. So I think we got a good 3-headed monster in Pittsburgh right now. I'm very happy with this pick. Jack Sawyer was a good pick. The only reason he dropped this far is because he has a high motor. He does not stop. Reminds me of TJ
I
in that
was so
sense.
mad about this pick.
The only thing with him, he's not athletic. He's just
I was
he'll give
so
you,
mad about this.
yeah,
pick.
it's a good pick for where it was. It didn't make a lot of people, and I agree too. It didn't make too much sense to me because of the depth that we have at
Haley was
edge.
confused as well.
Yeah, it didn't make too much sense to me. But I'm guessing we're taking
I
the
think this
Eagles
is
approach.
a TJ plan.
I looked at that too. Maybe it's like if TJ goes down or if contract talks don't go the way it's supposed to.
That's what I think it is.
So I guess it's just insurance. I'm not going to say it's a bad pick because he's a good player. He's just very limited athletically. I hope that doesn't. Again, he has a motor, and that means something. So I'm hoping that also translates to the next level. Moving on, Yaya Black. He's basically just he's athletic, but he's a space eater. He's just to help us stop the run because y'all ran for 200 plus yards on us in the wild
My boy
card.
Yaya.
Yeah. So the Yaya was basically we don't want to get spanked by Derrick Henry every year, so we're going to go beef up our line, which I understand. This next one, okay, here we go. Will Hard.
All those memes came to fruition.
We shouldn't have made fun of him as much as we did. Reportedly, me and Cole had talked about it. The Steelers. So if y'all don't know, we always make fun of Will Howard. If you look at our earlier videos, we were making fun of Will Howard just because he wasn't.
That was our college football quarterback in the video game.
He didn't start playing good till down the stretch, and he did, and he played good on their road to the CFB title. So I don't hate it in the 6th round. He's a big guy that can run. He doesn't have the biggest arm for his size, which is confusing because I'm like, you're 6'4" and you don't have a cannon. It's a little weird.
Right.
He intangibly, he's a good leader. He doesn't go through all his progressions like you want him to, but he's a good leader. People run through a brick wall for him, so I'll take that. I don't think it's a bad pick at round 6. I'm not going to be mad. We'll see. I'm not as hype as people are being delulu and trying to hype him up, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not in that mindset. He's a 6th round pick for a reason, guys. Let's be real. Again, though, I think he'd be a decent backup. Hopefully, he gets Mason Rudolph off my roster because I can't stand looking at Mason Rudolph anymore. Carson Bruner, I don't know too much about him. I guess we just needed more linebacker depth. Dante Kent apparently was a steal in the 7th round. I don't know too much about him either. But overall, I'd probably give this. I'm in between a B+ or an A-. I think I'll go A- because it's a good depth draft. It wasn't anything that's gonna knock your socks off, but I envision us having 2 starters at the least out of this draft, which I think is a pretty decent draft. So I'll go.
Yeah, I was gonna say B+ to A-.
I'll go A-.
Somewhere in that range. But all right. So that is the NFL talk, which went significantly longer than I thought it was going to. So let's just wrap it up with some NBA playoffs recapping going on, because there's a couple things I want to hit before we get out of here. Damian Lillard tore his Achilles, and at his age, this could be it. Like, that's what took Kobe out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Dame fan,
T's and
so
P's
you know
to
this
Dame.
sucks for me.
Oh, yeah.
And this is also significantly impacting the Bucks, so I don't know. We'll have to see what they do from now on because their depth is not what it needs to be. So we'll see.
No. The Nuggets and Clippers are tied 2-2 right now. That's a hell of a series. The Lakers are losing 3-1 to the Timberwolves.
This is the one I
That
want to get
shocked
into.
me.
What the freak is going on with LeBron and Luka? Why did they drop that game? Luka's defense is awful, by the way. Have you seen the clips? I watched
Some
some.
of them,
Yo,
yeah.
terrible. He's awful on defense, and like it's to the point where people are like, maybe we should trade him and get ahead of it now before it
my
becomes.
God.
Yeah, I'm so serious. I can't believe that this is actually a conversation right now for him to be traded. Like this is wild to me.
It is wild.
But he's been bad on defense. Like,
We
dog, are
knew
you
this,
even
though.
trying bad though? Like,
We knew this.
he's getting cooked.
And then we got Rockets and Warriors. I don't know if you've watched much of that.
I watched
Golden-
like the first two
Golden
games.
State's up
but-
3-1. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Jalen. Last one I watched, we talked about it a little bit. Is when Jalen
Yeah.
Green went off for 30. That's the last game I watched. I haven't watched anything after that one. So I didn't know that Golden State had kind of got the
The
lead.
Cavs
That
spanked
sucked.
the Heat. That was pretty easy. Pacers are beating the Bucks 3-1. Right now they're tied. So
The Cavs sweep? Are they done?
Yeah, they're done.
Okay.
The Bucks could be eliminated tonight. Who knows?
We'll see.
New York's up 3-1 on the Pistons. It's kind of been a tough versus tough series. The refs have kind of been on New York's side. So, I mean, the league wants those big markets.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then Celtics and Magic. Celtics are up 3-1. They should wrap it up next game, but they are banged up. So NBA playoffs, they haven't really cooked yet, but they're about to. They're getting real close to cooking.
Yeah. Again, I'll tune in every now and then. I'll definitely
Me too.
look at the Rockets Golden State series and see what happens with that because I say it all the time. Cole knows, but if y'all don't know, my family's James Harden fans, so they navigated to Houston, but now, so my dad is a Sixers fan. My brother Bryce is a Rockets fan, but also a Harden fan. So we watch a couple of different games in this household. But yeah, I'll be tuning into that one most definitely. Definitely the Lakers one as well. So we'll see. Lakers play tonight?
Uno momento.
Because I thought the game
tomorrow
was
night. Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. Okay.
Well,
so yeah,
that'll
I'll be
be
tuning into
tonight
that.
for those listening, but tomorrow night for time of recording.
Yeah. So I'll tune into that tomorrow then. But yeah, that's it, I guess.
But yeah, you got anything else you want to add on to it before we get up out of here?
This was a fun episode. I was excited to talk about the draft.
Dude, that
What's going on.
flew by. Like, I did not
Yeah.
think we were going to talk about
I was
that
having
long.
fun just going, bro.
That
It was cool.
flew by. Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah, for those who don't, we plan these things out ahead of time, y'all, and we try to, figure out what the time crunch is going to be and what we can cut out, because some stuff like Cole and I, we know each other and we know which topics we're gonna yap
Go
about.
long.
Yeah,
That's why I put the draft first.
So yeah,
Those in the intro
but-
are going to be very disappointed when I talk about MLB, NBA, and WWE, and it's all NFL draft recap.
We'll cook up. But just want to thank you guys for this continuous support. I got to shout out my boy Cole. Y'all, day in and day out, he puts in the work. Unk is here. I do the editing, but Cole is the engine man. He makes this thing run. He's my guy. I love him. That's my brother. I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. So I just want to give you your flowers, bro. Clap it up for the
I
people. Clap
appreciate
it up
you,
for him.
bro.
Clap it up
Thank
for
you
him.
so much, bro.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Again, we're at 99 subscribers, so please get it
Hopefully
to
we're at
100.
100.
Hopefully we're at 100 by the time this uploads. It'd be nice. Please go like the shorts. Cole works very hard on them. Please like the videos. I work hard on the thumbnails and stuff. I've been cooking up. If
Facts.
there's anything y'all would like us or like me to do with the edits, let us know. If there's
Facts.
anything that you want Cole to do with his content, let us know. Go on the TikTok because he works hard on that too. But yeah, once again, just thank you for the support. If you have anything to say it with your chest, and we just appreciate the support, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying those nice things. And for as hard as I work, man, it wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable if I didn't do it with you. So even though I work hard because I love the podcast, man, I love it because I get to do it with you, bro. It's all
Absolutely.
love, Unk. And hey, you're a valued member of the team too, because none of the social media exists without the content. You know what I mean? This is where the content comes from. So I appreciate you, Unk. You're very valued and you're very loved. But thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe for so we can drop the new logo. We appreciate y'all, and we'll catch y'all next week. See ya.